The sun blazed fiercely over Abuja, casting golden streaks across the city's bustling streets. At the corner of a popular junction stood the Glow Touch, a salon that had become the heartbeat of the neighborhood. The owner, Nina, was as vibrant as her salon's pink and gold walls. She was known far and wide for her magical hands that could tame even the wildest of hair and transform it into a masterpiece. Clients from every part of the city flocked to Glow Touch. Some came for Nina's speed, others for her unparalleled skill, but most came for her warmth. Nina had a way of making everyone feel like family. She'd crack jokes, share stories, and sometimes even sing along to the Afrobeats blasting softly in the background. Nina's salon, Glow Touch, was the talk of Abuja, not just because of her magical hands, but also because of her peculiar rule: no mirrors allowed. The rule was strange, almost ridiculous to some. In a salon, where people came to admire their transformation, not having a mirror seemed absurd. Yet, Nina enforced this rule with an iron will. No one was allowed to bring a mirror into her salon, and she even went as far as searching her clients' bags to ensure compliance. When asked about it, Nina would smile and say, "I don't need mirrors. Trust me, when I'm done, you look perfect." Her confidence was undeniable, and so was her talent. Her customers didn't need to see the process, they only needed to see the result when they left. And the result? Always stunning. Word spread across the city about her exceptional skills. Women from all walks of life, lawyers, students, mothers, flocked to Glow Touch, willing to wait for hours just to get a chance to sit in Nina's chair. Even those who found the no mirror rule odd couldn't deny the results were worth it. But rumors began to swirl. Some whispered that Nina's no mirror rule wasn't just a quirky preference, it was hiding something. Despite the speculation, no one dared to question Nina. She was as warm and friendly as she was talented, but there was something about her aura, a quiet intensity that made people think twice before challenging her. It was a sunny afternoon when Aisha, a newcomer to the city, walked into Glow Touch. She had just moved to Abuja and was looking for a place to get her hair styled. When she asked around, everyone directed her to Nina's salon, singing praises about her magical hands. Aisha stepped inside, greeted by the cheerful chatter of clients and the faint scent of hair products. Nina, with her usual warmth, smiled and welcomed her. "Welcome, my dear. Come, sit down. What style would you like today?" As Nina spoke, she reached for Aisha's bag. "Oh, just a little check, my sister. Don't mind me. We have a small rule here, no mirrors allowed." Aisha blinked in surprise but handed over her bag. She wasn't sure why a salon wouldn't allow mirrors, but she didn't question it. After all, she was new, and everyone seemed to adore Nina. After rummaging through Aisha's bag and finding no mirror, Nina gave her a nod and guided her to the chair. Aisha settled in, excited to see the transformation everyone raved about. As Nina prepared her tools, Aisha absent-mindedly reached into her pocket and pulled out a small compact mirror. She wanted to take a quick glance at her face while waiting. The moment she flipped it open, Nina's eyes caught the gleam of the mirror. A loud gasp escaped Nina's lips, followed by an ear-piercing scream. "No," she shouted, lunging toward Aisha. Aisha froze in her chair, her heart racing. Nina's chest heaved as she glared at Aisha, her voice sharp and trembling. "Didn't anyone tell you? No mirrors in my salon. Why would you bring that here?" Aisha, still in shock, stammered, I didn't know. No one told me." Nina's expression softened slightly, but her tone remained firm. "It's a rule here. Next time, remember it." The tension in the room was thick, but Aisha decided not to argue. She didn't want to cause a scene, especially in an unfamiliar city. She remained calm, sitting quietly as Nina began working on her hair. When Nina finished, the result was nothing short of perfection. She paid Nina, thanked her politely, and left the salon without another word. Aisha's mind was restless. No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't shake off the unsettling experience at Nina's salon. The no mirror a rule gnawed at her thoughts, and every time she remembered the fear in Nina's eyes, she felt a strange sense of dread. She confided in a few people, but no one had any answers, only more rumors and wild speculations. Unable to find peace, Aisha decided to take matters into her own hands. She had heard of an elderly woman in Lagos, Mama Ife, who was said to possess the gift of seeing beyond the ordinary. People claimed she could uncover secrets hidden in the shadows of life. Without hesitation, Aisha made the journey to Lagos, the place she grew up. The bustling city streets were a sharp contrast to the quiet mystery she sought, but she finally found herself standing before Mama Ife's modest house. It was small, with weathered walls and an air of timelessness. As Aisha knocked on the wooden door, it creaked open, revealing an elderly woman with kind but piercing eyes. "Come in, my child," Mama Ife said, her voice soft yet commanding. It was as if she had been expecting Aisha. Inside, the room was filled with the faint aroma of herbs and the gentle flicker of candlelight. Aisha sat on a woven mat, feeling a mix of nervousness and anticipation. "Now, tell me why you've come," Mama Ife said, pouring Aisha a cup of herbal tea. Aisha hesitated for a moment, then poured out the entire story, the strange no mirror a rule, Nina's outburst, and the eerie feeling she couldn't shake. She explained how, despite the odd rule, people flocked to Nina's salon as if under a spell. Mama Ife listened intently, her expression unreadable. When Aisha finished, the old woman leaned back, her fingers tapping rhythmically on the wooden table. Mama Ife's face grew serious as she finished her incantations, her voice dropping to a low, somber tone. She looked at Aisha, her gaze intense, as though she were peering into a realm beyond the visible world. "My child," Mama Ife began, her voice filled with weight, "the truth behind Nina's rule lies in the deal her mother made with the spirit of the river from their village long ago." Nina's mother was a desperate woman, Mama Ife explained. She longed for a child, but the gods had not blessed her with one. One night, she went to the river, a place known to hold great spiritual power, and called out to the spirit that dwelled there. She begged for a child, promising to do whatever it took to become a mother. The spirit answered her plea. It told her that it would give her a child, but under one condition: that child must be returned to the river as a sacrifice when the time was right. Blinded by her desperation, Nina's mother agreed. Aisha felt a chill run down her spine. "But Nina wasn't sacrificed," she said cautiously. "She's alive." "Yes," Mama Ife said with a nod. The river spirit changed its mind when Nina was born. The spirit saw that Nina was destined to become a gifted hairstylist, a craft it admired. It decided to guide and protect her, but there was a condition: Nina could never use a mirror in her salon. The spirit claimed that mirrors would weaken its bond with Nina and expose its presence. If a mirror were ever used in her salon, the spirit would leave her, and Nina would die. Aisha's breath hitched. That's why she's so afraid of mirrors. It's not just a rule, it's a matter of life and death. Mama Ife nodded gravely. The spirit kept its word. Nina's talent comes from the river spirit itself. That is why her hands move so swiftly, why her hairstyles are flawless, and why people are drawn to her salon like moths to a flame. But it is also why she must live in constant fear of breaking the rule. Nina knew the deal her mother made had kept her in fear all her life, and that's why she doesn't want anyone to use a mirror in her salon, the woman explained. Aisha was really worried because she wants to help Nina break free from the evil spirit. So the woman gave her a large mirror and gave her instructions on how to capture the spirit with it. Her instructions was that Aisha should move the mirror around Nina's store so it can capture the spirit, and then afterwards she should smash it. She thanked the woman and left, spending her holiday season in Lagos, when she arrived from Lagos to Abuja with fear, joy and worry in her heart. The morning sunlight streamed into Glow Touch as Aisha walked in, clutching the mirror tightly to her chest. She was determined, though fear lingered at the edges of her resolve. She told Nina what she discovered and she was willing to help her break free. "Aisha, are you sure about this?" Nina asked, her voice shaky. What if something goes wrong? What if You won't die," Aisha interrupted firmly, placing a reassuring hand on Nina's shoulder. "Trust me. Mama Ife's instructions were clear. If we do this right, you'll be free. No more fear, no more rules, no more spirit." Nina hesitated, glancing around the salon. Finally, she nodded, her voice barely audible. "Okay. Let's do it." Aisha wasted no time. She unwrapped the mirror, its surface gleaming ominously, and began to move it around the salon, just as Mama Ife had instructed. Her hands shook, but she kept going, waving the mirror toward every corner, every wall, every shadow. For a moment, nothing happened. The salon seemed quiet, almost too quiet. But then, the air grew thick and heavy, like a storm about to break. A strange chill swept through the room, and the lights flickered. Suddenly, a dark, twisted figure burst out from the wall with a bone-chilling scream. It was a huge, human-like creature with hollow, glowing eyes and elongated limbs. The spirit thrashed violently, clawing at the walls, trying to avoid being pulled toward the mirror. "No," it howled in a deep, otherworldly voice. "You cannot do this. She belongs to me." Nina screamed, backing into a corner, tears streaming down her face. Aisha gritted her teeth, gripping the mirror tightly as the spirit's form wavered, its essence being sucked into the glass. The spirit fought harder, its movements frantic, but the mirror's pull was too strong. With one final, piercing shriek, the creature was dragged into the mirror, its dark form twisting and contorting before vanishing completely. Aisha didn't wait a second longer. With all her strength, she raised the mirror high above her head and smashed it onto the floor. The glass shattered into countless shards, each piece glinting in the dim light before turning to ash and disappearing. The salon fell silent. The heavy, oppressive atmosphere lifted, replaced by a strange calm. Tears of relief streamed down Nina's face as she laughed for the first time in years, a genuine, unrestrained laugh. Nina opened up to Aisha. "You know, Aisha," she began, her voice trembling but filled with newfound strength, "the spirit wasn't just controlling me. It claimed me. It said I was its wife. That's why I've been single all these years. I thought I could never love anyone else because it wouldn't let me." The two women embraced again, their bond stronger than ever. For Nina, it was the beginning of a new chapter, a life free from fear, free from control, and full of endless possibilities. The once dreaded no mirror rule became a thing of the past, and Glow Touch thrived more than ever. Nina's laughter returned to the salon, her joy infectious, and her clients couldn't help but celebrate her newfound freedom with her. Nina was filled with gratitude and joy after breaking free from the spirit. To mark her newfound freedom, she organized a celebration party at her salon. Friends, family, and loyal clients gathered, the atmosphere brimming with laughter, music, and dancing. Nina stood before the crowd, holding Aisha's hand tightly as she expressed her heartfelt gratitude. "I can't thank Aisha enough for what she's done for me," Nina said, her voice full of emotion. "She not only saved my life but also gave me the freedom to truly live. This celebration is not just for me but for all of us, to remind us that no matter how dark things may seem, there's always hope." The crowd erupted into cheers, and Nina's salon glowed not just with lights but with the happiness of everyone present. Thank you for watching my video today. I hope you've learned an important lesson from this story. True friendship and courage can break even the strongest chains. Tell me where you're watching from, I'd love to connect with you. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment about what you think of the story, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel for more captivating tales. Your feedback means the world to me, so share your thoughts below. Until next time, stay inspired and stay connected.